ராமநாதபுரம் மாவட்டம் பரமக்குடி அருகில் உள்ள தென்புதுவைக்குடி என்ற கிராமத்தில் பிறந்த திரு முத்துக்கருப்பன் IPS அவர்கள் ஆங்கில வரலாற்றில் இளங்கலை படிப்பை மதுரை அமெரிக்கன் கல்லூரியிலும் முதுகலை படிப்பை சென்னை கிறிஸ்துவ கல்லூரியிலும் முடித்துள்ளார். 1980ஆம் ஆண்டு நேரடி தேர்வில் IPS பணிக்கு தேர்வு பெற்றார். திருநெல்வேலி மற்றும் கரூர் மாவட்டங்களில் அசிஸ்டன்ட் சூப்பரிண்டென்டென்ட் ஆஃப் போலீஸ் ஆகவும் புதுக்கோட்டை.
Is a very, very small world. And I actually had the pleasure and honor of meeting President Kayan when he came to our district conference back in November. And he also, while he was there, conducted a very, very wonderful peace conference that was very, very well attended. I had the opportunity to thank him for the honor of being selected to be his representative today here at your district conference. I'm also honored to be part of a Rotary year where we have such a tremendous theme. Every year, as you know, presidents of Rotary International have a theme that they want to promote during the year. And I think President Kayan's theme, that certainly has been emphasized by your governors throughout the year, reach within to embrace humanity. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful theme. And it's a wonderful challenge to us all. President Kayan wanted me to invite all of you to the forthcoming Rotary International Conference in Bangkok, May 6th through the 9th. That promises to be a wonderful, wonderful event, and I'm sure many of you will plan to attend. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the District 5330 that I represent. It's in Southern California, and we are about 180 kilometers east of Los Angeles. We live in what is referred to as the low desert. We have very, very hot summers, nice cool winters, and it rarely rains. We have about 3.5 inches of rain, our annual rainfall, which I'm sure is not very much at all. The club I represent has about 30 members. Our district has 59 clubs and about 2,400 members. This is not my first visit to District 3000. I had the opportunity of attending your district conference when past District Governor Basker was governor. I'd like to tell you a little bit about how that came to be. I was sitting in my office one day, and my secretary said to me, "You have a call from a gentleman from India." Well, I didn't think I knew anyone from India, but it turned out to be incoming Governor Basker. And he and I had a wonderful conversation. We discussed the possibility of working together in our governor's year. And when we met at International Assembly for governor training, Basker and I and our wives really had a delightful time. And Basker and I discussed how can we work together as two Rotary districts separated by thousands of miles. And we agreed that we would get together and do matching grants, that we would have at that time, GSE team, and that we would also have an NID in combination with District 3000, which we did. And that has developed into what I would say is a very lasting, very sincere friendship that Basker and I share. And it also resulted, I think, in a number of matching grants for this district. And we're certainly proud that we were able to work together to better and have many matching grants here. I have many friends that I recognize from our visit 11 years ago, and I'm so honored to be associated with these two gentlemen here in the picture. I would say I'm in very good company, being pictured with your governor and the president of Rotary International. I'd like to reminisce a little bit about my first visit here to District 3000 back in 2001. I remember visiting many projects and being very impressed with the work that you were doing. One of the most important, or one of the most memorable projects that I visited at the time, along with Myrna, was the Children's Opportunity Grant. That's a wonderful program that you had. I hope you still have it, because that made a lasting impression upon me. To see those young people with their bright eyes and their willingness and enthusiasm to learn. And it was so very interesting and memorable also to see the mothers and how proud they were to have their children associated with that program. So I congratulate you for doing that program. And we had the opportunity to have a garland ceremony where I was garland and had the opportunity to present my wife Myrna with her garland. And at that event, after that event, I received a nice photo album, and in that was something I'd like to share with you. Just some comments from the gentleman that sent me that photo album. And he said this: "The meaning of fellowship differs from place to place, but in Rotary, fellowship means friendship, which eliminates caste, creed, religion, sex, country, and it just says, we are all Rotarians, born to serve this society." I thought that was a wonderful comment that he made. Fellowship is indeed one of the eternal foundations on which Rotary is built. And fellowship depends on peace and harmony within our hearts. A harmony and peace which guides us in our home life, our vocations, and activities of our daily lives. This is a major theme of President Gallion, and certainly one that's emphasized by District Governor Rajasekaran. Peace and harmony within our homes provides the essential ingredients for service to others. There are two other major emphases, as you know, that are being presented this year. One is continuity in service, and the other is change. Our goal in Rotary is positive change. We need to keep our eyes and our ears open. We understand what is happening around us and work through our clubs to build the change our communities need. You and I, we are the power of Rotary. It doesn't happen unless we get involved in our clubs and in our communities. The power of Rotary resides within our hearts. Have you ever asked yourself the question, what does Rotary mean to others? Governor Rajasekaran's January newsletter asks us to consider this important question. Perhaps a partial answer to that question comes from a quote from our founder, Paul Harris. And Paul Harris said, "Rotary means many things to us, but to the world, it is known by what we achieve." Let me say that again. Rotary means many things to us, but to the world, it is known by what we achieve. That's a quotation from Paul Harris at the 1914 International Assembly in Houston, Texas. And if any of you are wondering, I'm not that old, I wasn't there, but it happened many years ago. I'd like to take a moment and review some of the achievements that your district has recently made. And I hope I'm not repeating what your distinguished governor already said, but I was sent some information about what you've achieved here in the district in the recent past, and I think it certainly speaks very well for all you've done. So I'd like to review and salute your recent accomplishments at the Foundation Seminar and Zonal Institute. At the Zonal Foundation Seminar, you received the highest contribution and recognition for gifts to the Polio Challenge Fund. Congratulations on that. I think India, perhaps more so than any country on earth, has witnessed the scourge of polio and have really gotten together and done tremendous work in providing what will hopefully be in the very near future an end to polio. As I'm sure you've seen in a lot of publications and Rotary magazines, etc., and we see it a lot in the U.S., people holding up their fingers and saying we are this close, this close. And I'm sure before too long we will all be very proud to say polio is a thing of the past. The challenge from the Gates Foundation, I'm sure you're all familiar with, and I'm sure you have heard already that that challenge has been met by generous Rotarians all across the world. That challenge raised over $204 million for polio eradication. And it's my understanding that the Gates Foundation has contributed another $50 million to the effort to eradicate polio. So I congratulate you again on that highest contribution award for Polio Challenge Fund.